Hi, how are you doing? I want to tell you, you guys, I can't stand looking at myself so much on these videos that I broke down. I got myself some Botox because I was noticing these lines. It's the second time I ever got it. I don't know. I always said I would never get it. Inject a virus in your face. Probably not a good idea. But I did it. Everybody's doing it, which is something I don't recommend. I don't recommend following everybody's doing it advice. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's not that. Do you? But I did it, so I guess I'm a little vain. Do what makes you feel good, and I like to not see these lines. And they say the more you do it, the less the lines will appear. So I'm kind of just hoping that it will take them away so that I don't have to do it anymore. I don't know if that's accurate. But I didn't want to do this video about that. The video that I wanted to do, this is a health stream. The video I wanted to do was about intermittent fasting because I just watched a video about it and it gave me some really good information, and I thought that it was good to share with you. What I do, the video is by Thomas DeLauer. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm sure I'm not. It's his last name is DeLauer. And he has a ton of videos. I don't know if he looks really good, so he must be doing something right. And he has 1.6 million followers, so a lot of people think that he has something worthwhile to say. So so there's that. But this video was Complete Women's Guide to Intermittent Fasting. So I decided to listen because I intermittent fast however I want to do it. And he was just talking about the best ways to do it and the reasons why it's helpful and things like that. So I watched it, and I wanted to share with you what I do because, I really think that this is key in my health and my weight loss, and why I'm so caught up, among other things, my eating habits. But this is one big important part of it. And which reminds me, because the Zero app that I use to track my fasts just deleted all my history for some reason. So I'm going to call them and call their support line and find out if there's some way they can restore that. But I also wanted to show you, I keep track not only on an app, but in a book, because it's just easier to see, and I'm old school, where we still used pen and paper and wrote things with our hands. What I do is I write down just one is, I don't even know what day one is. Let's see. Today it'll be 2, and today's Thursday. So I guess it was basically, I started on a Wednesday, and I just wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, started with day 1, and I keep doing 7 over and over again, only because that way I'm counting the weeks. So you can see today is the beginning of, or yesterday was the beginning of my 66th week of tracking. The reason why I do it in blocks of 7 is because it's okay for you to cheat twice a week. It's okay for you to do whatever you want to do. It's your body. You do what you want to do. But what I'm trying to follow says, cheat twice a week, no big deal. Listen, if you do this every day for years, cheat for a whole week if you want. I don't even call it cheating. Just eat whatever you want for a week. See how you feel. You probably won't feel very good. And then you'll go back on it. And that's how I feel even one day of not reaching my goal. I feel bloated and full, and so that's why I like to track. So you can see here for this example week, day 2, I did a fast. I did a juice fast. I count that. A lot of people won't count that. But I do. Because if I go a day and I only drink juice that I juiced, cucumber juice and celery juice, I count that as not eating. And you know what? It makes me feel better because I feel accomplished. So don't be hard on yourself. It's just going to backfire and you'll stop doing it because you'll just feel bad about yourself every day. And then, so I started that at 10:45 p.m., slept the whole day I didn't eat, slept again, and then 9:30 that following day I stopped. So that would be like, I don't know, say this was a Tuesday night, I stopped eating. Wednesday, went all day Wednesday, and then Thursday morning started eating again. I'm not recommending that. That's more to help cleanse my liver. Not necessarily the intermittent fasting. I'm just explaining what I did and why this is like that. But every day I'll put, so on the 12th, I stopped eating at 8 p.m. And then the next day I started eating at 1 p.m. And that's 17 hours. So I didn't reach my goal. My goal is 18 hours a day. But that's okay. If I feel like I dipped under, that's what I consider cheating, then I'll highlight it. And that's why I do 1 to 7, because so I have, boom, there's my 2 days that I quote unquote cheated. I still didn't eat for 15 and a quarter hours and 14 and 3/4 hours. So that's not terrible. But your cheat could be whatever you want it to be. It could be, I ate my face off. It could be a 2-hour fast, whatever works for you. But I think you'll see that the more you do it and the longer you do it, you won't want to. That's why I consider this a cheat. Even when I go on vacation, I do this. Why wouldn't I do it? So then I can go away, and then when I'm on vacation, I can eat whatever I want. And usually it's much worse than what I eat at home. So yeah, that's when I definitely want to fast, because I want to, I don't count wine either, which probably isn't accurate, but I'm so disciplined the rest of the time that it really doesn't matter. So that's basically how I track. And I want to tell you a little bit about how I started, because, when I did start 66 weeks ago, I was nervous. I didn't think I ate a lot in general, but even I started out with 12 hours because I thought, all right, well, I'll start with 12 hours. That seems very tame, seems like easily doable, seems like something you might do every day anyway. But how much of us are used to having like a snack at night, or wake up and the first thing you do is eat, because you're trained to do that. Your body is trained to do that, and it gives you signals. Hey, you normally do this during the day. We need food now, because it gets used to it, and so it gets in a rhythm. It gets in your rhythm. You just have to change the rhythm. So I started with 12 hours on, 12 hours off, and I was nervous. Wow. Because when you diet, whenever you restrict calories, things like that, it's always unenjoyable and not fun. And then it doesn't work. And then, I did all this, I sacrificed, I was miserable, I had headaches, and for nothing. But I started with the 12 hours, and I thought, oh, okay, if I don't eat by 9, then I can't eat till 9 the next day. And that seems very simple and easy, but I was still nervous just because of the idea and the thought, I can't eat. But bottom line is, you can eat. No one's stopping you from eating. You can. It's up to you whether or not this is really something you want to do, if you really want to change your life for the better. So I did the 12 and 12. I did that for a week. And then I was able to show myself, look, you're not starving. You're not going to die. This is not bad. So then the next week I upped it to, was it the next week? I think I may have done it. Yeah, probably in the beginning it was more like a week at a time. And then it became like a month. So I would start with 12 hours. Then the next week I bumped it up to 13. And then the next week I bumped it up to 14. And the next week I bumped it up to 15. And the next week I bumped it up to 16. And probably did that for a month. Then the next month I bumped it up to 17. The next month I bumped it up to 18. Just to let your body get used to it. And the next I bumped it up to 19, and then 20, and then 21. And that's when I realized I didn't feel very good. And I was tired and sluggish and cranky and brain foggy. And it could have been something else. But I said, oh, I think I overdid it. Now, there are some people that do OMD, I think it's called, or the acronym. I forget, but 1 meal a day. My body apparently does not want that. I never even got up to that because when I hit the 21 and I didn't feel good, I said, oh, maybe it's the fasting. Maybe I'm pushing it too hard. I'm doing it too much. So I bumped it back down. I said, when's the last time I felt really good? I think it's the 18. You know what? They say the 18 has some pretty good benefits. So if I can sustain the 18 for however long I feel like it, then that'll be a good thing. So I went back down to 18, and I've been doing that ever since. And it's not a year from then, but I mean, it's at least 6 months. So I recommend that. You know, I don't recommend these videos, or I'm not recommending intermittent fasting. What I am doing is telling you, I am recommending intermittent fasting, but I'm not telling you what to do, right? I'm telling you what I did and how I did it. And so it's just another tool for you to see what works for you. Yeah, how many things I've been dieting and doing stuff since I was 12. 12. That's 34 years. That's pathetic. But, you know, I mean, we were all given bad information. Science has changed. Nutrition has improved. Knowledge has increased. And now we have more access to knowledge thanks to the internet. So, you know, you just keep finding things until you find the thing that works. Or the culmination of things, right? So there's a number of things that I do, and the combination of them works for me. And thank God I found that combination, because I have a whole new lease on life. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I can't say enough. I mean, I'm so happy to have my health back that it's almost more important than anything else. Because without that, there really is nothing else. So, yeah, it's very interesting. So I'll answer any questions that you have. I wanted to share that with you. As far as a lot of people there's two questions that everyone always asks immediately when they find out you're doing this. One is, aren't you hungry? Surprisingly, no. I've probably told you this before, but I'm never hungry. I know when I've eaten enough because I feel, like right now, I feel my stomach is full. And I can tell, I'm at the point where I can tell where the food is in my body. It's in my stomach. I can feel when it goes through my intestines. I can feel, not that you want to hear all that, but it's true. I mean, you have to know your body. The doctors won't know it as well as you. The nutritionists won't know it as well as you. You might have to get tests and stuff to find out about it. But ultimately, you need to know your body better than anyone else. And when you get to that point, then you can manage ways, to keep yourself in the best shape and the best health that you can. So, so they ask about if I'm hungry. No. If it goes over 24 hours, then I'll typically feel pretty hungry. But that doesn't happen often, right? Not with the juice fast, because I'm still ingesting things with the juice fast, and I'm getting nutrients. Your body has hormones that trigger this hunger feeling. So it's not, you can deactivate those, and I have deactivated those. Because I'm getting nutrients that my body needs, right? Cravings and stuff. You have a craving for sugar. You have a craving for, something bad for you. It's not really you craving that bad thing, because if you notice when you eat it, you don't get satisfied. You want more of it. It's you craving some nutrient that you're not giving your body. So it's expressing itself through a craving, and you're giving it stuff you think satisfies the craving, but it doesn't. And then you get fat. There are videos. Dr. Berg is another wealth of knowledge on YouTube. Dr. Eric Berg, and he has a video on cravings. He has hundreds of videos, but he's a good resource for that kind of stuff. So there's that question. So no, I don't really get hungry. The second question is, so when do you start eating and stop eating? Pretty much they're asking specifically, what hours of the day do you eat? And for me at least, maybe different for you, but for me, I can't be that rigid. This has to be something that I can do for the rest of my life, which means it has to be something that fits my lifestyle. I can't change my life. I mean, you change your lifestyle somewhat, but I can't change my lifestyle to fit this eating schedule. No one's going to do that. That's not sustainable. So, not the way that we live. I mean, I could do it if I'm working from home, but what's the chances you're going to work from home for the rest of your life, right? So you have to do something that's viable in society. And for me, this is. So I don't worry about what times of the day I eat. I don't worry about it, but I track more when I don't eat. So the goal is to not eat for 18 hours. So, today I started eating at 9 or 9:30 or something, and I'm probably finished. Maybe I'll have a bite. It's 3:15. Maybe I'll have a bite after this video, but it doesn't matter when I stop. All that matters is that when I start fasting, when I stop eating, when I start fasting, I don't eat again until 18 hours. So that start time changes every day, really. And then my end time changes every day too. But the key is that every day there's some amount of time that is close to 18 hours that I'm not eating. And that makes it flexible enough for me to be able to go out to dinner with people. My preferred eating schedule is around like 9 to 2, but 9 to 3, that's reasonable to eat. I'm home right now, so I can do that, and most people are at work. And you'll have to bring food to work, which can be a hassle. So, if you work, you might want to have your eating time be later in the day. Of course, it's right before bed, which I don't like to eat late and right before bed. But a lot of people are different. I know 2 gentlemen who have eaten similarly, and they tend to eat late in the day. I don't know. I don't like to wake up and go that long without eating. I'd rather eat and then not eat. So it's just whatever you can do to maintain it for a consistent period of time, because that's the key to everything, is consistency. If you walk every day, is that as effective as someone who goes to spin class every day? It may or may not be. Your results might take a lot longer, but if you can do that for the rest of your life, and the person taking spin only does it for 3 months because they hate it and it's too hard and they burn out, well, guess what? Walking way better. So consistency is key. Any questions you have, let me know, and I will answer them. So, peace out.